said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Kick off to get this game underway. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They'll start this drive going to the air. He'll pull it down and run. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Second down, they'll go to the air. They're working that left side. At the 45 on his way. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. Looking downfield on 1st down. Moving out of the pocket. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
The Gamecocks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Power football with the run. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Oh, he's got some space. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages, it tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
And the Gamecocks are on the move. He'll go to the ground. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Quarterback keeps it. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going. Moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And they talked about it this week with us. They talked about wanting to start this football game fast. Nothing like taking the opening possession, using your script to your advantage, and then getting closer and exerting your physicality, running the football in, off to a hot start for this offense.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0.
That makes the score South Carolina 7, Alabama.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Off the play fake on first down. Makes the grab on the left. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Lacey. Completes it in the middle. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Well, it sets up 4th and short now early in the game, and this is now a massive decision for the head coach.
Oh, they faked it, snapped it to the up man. Breaks the tackle. And no guts, no glory. They pick up the first down.
They had the exact look they had practiced for and what they wanted. The up man gets the snap directly. He's able to use the speed, get the first down, and the chains are moving.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window. And you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Lacey. Throws to the wideout. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. This one now back to work with his 7-0 lead. He'll start this drive firing. Makes the grab. It's Clark. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, South Carolina.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So backing up with that penalty, and they can feel their own goalpost looming over their shoulder. Now on the move. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And his offense doesn't have much space to go backwards anymore. I ain't giving that up, man. You got to be physical. You got to find a way to get this ball out of the area of your own end zone. You don't want to flirt with the safety, and that means being physical and getting it back downhill, not going backwards.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Handoff to the single running back.
Man, just a great job on the defense being snappy, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. And they're going to try the quarterback sneak.
Well, they say low man wins, and on that third down, the defense, they were expecting quarterback sneak. You just see how low the D-line got, and they were able to just stymie that offense for no gain.
The Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets his first one of the day out of there, and they used him 3 times in that loss last week. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Touch pass on the jet sweep. There he goes. They get him stopped, but the big gain has him on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Many ways can I get it to my guys who can fly, who are playmakers, and let them make big plays. This is another one you've seen. Catch the football, flip it ahead really quickly, get it to a burner, go in full speed across the formation. He gets the edge, makes the big play.
Motion from the wideout. From the gun, running back on the move. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll send the back in motion. The give to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Lacey. Looking for the score. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Absolute shank. Missed it. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. On the move, it's the 30. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Motion from the wide receiver. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. We reach the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, South Carolina.
First play of the period will be a second down. He'll pull it on the read. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And the Gamecocks will go for it on fourth down. On the move. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, going for it and getting it on fourth down, close to midfield, I think just gave this offense a ton of momentum. I'm curious to see what they're going to do here. Maybe take a shot and see if they can really seize and capitalize on all this good mojo now going their way.
The Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Clark. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Wow, you saw the speed of the defense there. They're trying to spit this football out to the running back on the perimeter. And how about the defense able to get to him quickly to bring him down for no gain?
Behind the chains now on second and long. The give on the option. They get him down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup and a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Stop just inside the 25. Will mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
Looking for a crease. It's Lamb. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Got it in the middle. It's Meadows. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
Here's the handoff. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Alabama quickly back to the line.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
They go right back to it. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Scanning the field, it's Lacey. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Love the accurate throw by the quarterback there. Curl route against man coverage. You got to put that right into the body of the wide receiver who's running back towards you. Nice job executing it, and they pick up the first.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Back to pass. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. The throw to the outside is complete. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Gets it to the back. Makes him talk to the hand.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Throwing right. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. Makes the grab. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. So first down didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's see what they can dial up on second down.
Reese, I got him right where I want him, okay? I'm going to throw the football. Now I can get back in shotgun. Let's forget the running game stuff. We're going to play a little pitch and catch and see how good that secondary is.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to pass. It's Lacey. Lets it fly. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Absolutely perfect. This is now a 7-point game. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Utah has the lead right now, but this Rice-Eccles crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by a field goal over Arizona State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. On the ground, it's Bland. Breaks into the open. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Fake the spike, and he wants to throw. And while the pass is incomplete, the flag is down. I think that was a free play for this offense. Defense was in the neutral zone. Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Oh, he had it! The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Gamecocks will boot away to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. Not a lot of scoreboard fireworks from these guys in the first half, but they've got a chance here after making some halftime adjustments.
Yeah, and remember, it just takes one play to kick the door open, and all of a sudden there's a lot more confidence again. So which guy on this offense can hit the big home run and break this thing open?
Well, the good thing is it's such a low-scoring game. I'm still very much in this. I can be who I am, make a few tweaks, make a few adjustments, and get this offense rolling.
From the shotgun, the inside give. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game, one of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
To throw, it's Lacey. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Meadows. Lots of room to run. Inside the... And he glides into the end zone easily, but this one might be coming back. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. He hooks one deep. Makes the catch down the right side. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sidelines.
The pull and throw off the RPO.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option of working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield, it's Reeder. There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game and pick up the first down.
And you'd like to see the defense play a little bit tighter on those short yard situations. They give up the first down, and they better get ready, because you can tell they're right back on the ball to run another play.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Bland. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And he just had nowhere to go. Gets knocked down in the backfield as the option game not working that time.
That's been going on all game, too. It almost seems like every time this guy has the ball, it's as if the defense is expecting it. They've got their eyes on him, waiting for him to tuck and run.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They stop him again, and not only that, they've made this 4th down that much harder.
You got to wonder about the play call there. 3rd and long, hoping to catch the defense off guard, napping, but they weren't fooled. They made a play, got the tackle for loss. Now you've got 4th and down for them.
The Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. is on its way. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Got his man quickly. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Back to pass, it's Lacey. Fires to the right. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments.
South Carolina.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line and pick up a 1.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Bringing the heat. Stands in and takes the hit. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Sends it back in motion. Dropping back, it's Lacey. Fires to the right. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it going now.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And the holder will place it down on the left hash, a 47-yard try coming. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, you can make a good case. This is the game of the week in the Big 12. Utah is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Alex Smith, and they are right back in this. They're trailing by just 4 to Arizona State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense.
Great execution on the RPO, and the receiver had some time to find the soft spot in the zone and make himself open for the quarterback and make it a much easier pass. Great job.
Here comes the offense on first down. To the air on first down. Quickly complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. First thing you want to do if you're in a hole is stop digging. It's 1st and 20. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Rides the back on the option, the give. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Comes the offense on second down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Can't get him to the ground. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Goes to the option. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
Well, that time on third down, they're trying to see if they can catch the defense napping. They go with the option play, but a great job by the defense being alert, being aware, anticipating it may come. Nothing there. They forced a negative play, now setting up fourth down.
And the Gamecocks send out the punt unit. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. The Gamecocks will punt this one away. Kick is in the air. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something in.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Lacey. Quick completion on the out. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. On 3rd and short, the power run here. Alabama will get the first down.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw. Is going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, it's Lacey. Gonna let it fly. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Pulls it and fires to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
3rd down play from the gun. Makes the catch. It's Bland. At the 40, there he goes. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. He leaves it with his back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Turning it on. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the 1st down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
And the Gamecocks look to keep this drive humming. From the gun, running back gets the give. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
Tight end now in motion. He'll keep it himself. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
As sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
And after that 1st down gasher, they're close to the end zone. 2nd and goal coming. Send the tight end in motion. Trying to punch it in. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stops short of the goal line.
The 2 things you're thinking about here offensively is, 1, you want to take as much time off the clock. But 2, you really want to score another touchdown and make this a 2-possession game. You could almost ice it if you can find a way to get in the end zone here. Just take your time. Don't snap it too quickly.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. From the gun, the ground game. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Back to throw, it's Lacey. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
Well, this situation in the game, trailing with not a lot of time left, I understand going to the sideline to try and save clock, but if you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket, don't be afraid to use those. You can attack the middle of the field, use the timeouts to save the clock that way.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Finds a man on the right. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
I love the route there on the corner by the tight end. Against man coverage, he's able to get a little wiggle, create some separation, use his speed to get vertical, put his foot in the ground, and then use those long arms to haul the pass in.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Some really tough running there gets him to the 45-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I...
Lets it fly deep downfield. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
And I love the personnel group that the defense is in right now. With the lead late in a 2-minute situation, you're seeing extra DBs on the field. You know the offense is going to try and throw the football, so faster guys... Good job that time getting to the ball, knocking it away, forcing the incompletion. You stay in this personnel grouping if you're on defense.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Got his man. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Wants to throw. It's Lacey. Deep shot for the end zone. And that one's way too far for everybody.
Well, this defense was ready for go-bucks. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. He wants it all. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. Fires into the end zone. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, honestly. After that incompletion, now setting up 3rd down, you still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
So after the touchdown, they'll try to use this 2-point conversion and get this game to within a field goal. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw, it's Lacey. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead.
Nice execution by this offense. Cutting it to 3 is a big deal. Now, we got to find a way to get it done. Kick the top of the football, get that thing rolling, get a good bounce on this onside kick, and who the heck knows what can happen.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make a stop.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Takes a handoff. It's Bland. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Give to the running back. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. Timeout is called by the defense, and 12 seconds remain in the football game. The Gamecocks will call on their punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. Punt is in the air on 4th down. He's got it. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. He has the first and still on his feet. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. Guys, this is a type of signature win that can set the tone for the future of a program.
And this is the crazy thing about college football with 18 to 22-year-olds. On any given day, anything can happen. And David, you got to give this team so much credit. They played with their hair on fire and got a tremendous win.
And to keep the belief, like to understand, like I've got a chance to come in and win this game, and not just give us lip service. They told us this could happen throughout the week, but they believed. Even when it got a little difficult, got a little up in the air, they kept fighting, they kept believing, and they get the huge win.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.